to speak about today and kind of inspire us as we're moving into our community weekend, where we've invited up the community. And if you're listening to this, please come and join us, because we would love as many head, heart, and hands as possible to share this weekend with us. And during the weekend, we'll be having a variety of activities where we're doing our Hatha yoga in the morning and having some yoga nidra relaxation, Havan and Kirtan, and Karuna yoga, giving back and supporting the land and the projects that Anahat's been embarking on. And we are really in need of support. So if you're listening, please come if you're in the area. And for those of us that are here, we've been working for the last bit of time on these aspects of head relating to mind and awareness, heart relating to our energy system, our emotions, and the way we can direct that energy in a really positive way, and hands, how to express that energy in our day-to-day life. And I thought, as we move into this weekend where we're all going to be in service, that I wanted to talk a little bit about the heart and this idea of selfless service, seva. And one of the key practices of Anahata chakra, the heart center, is seva. It's one of the ways we can awaken the energy, this energy center. And so I wanted to start by reading something from Swami Niranjananda in the Head, Heart, and Hands book from Bihar tradition. And he speaks about how there are two hearts, one on the left side, which is the physical heart, and the other on the right side, which is the spiritual heart. The left heart beats boom, 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 and is responsible for circulation, while the right heart beats soundlessly and is responsible for, think about it. The right heart beats and another circulation takes place, not of blood, but of bhav, sentiment. It is this sentiment, this bhav, this heart feeling, which connects you with everything, the visible and the invisible, the seen and the unseen. The expressions of the left heart are the material and physical in nature. The expressions of the right heart are transcendental and spiritual in nature. Bhava, sentiment, is the most important aspect of the invisible heart. The invisible heart beats to the sentiment which manifests when you encounter something pleasant, beautiful, unique, divine, transcendental. What are these sentiments? What are these bhavas? A sentiment represents a mood of the mind. If love is sentiment, it influences the mental behavior. I'll say that again. If love is a sentiment, it influences the mental behavior. Yeah? Compassion as a sentiment alters the mental behavior. Affection as a sentiment alters the mental behavior. Even anger and aggression are sentiments, and they alter the mental behavior. So I just wanted to bring that through, because often, again, when we get stuck in a particular mental state or an emotional state or even a physical state where we contract and are unable to kind of open ourselves, that whole expression, Swamiji used to explain it like the energy is a crystal ball, and whatever is overlaid, if you overlay a red color cloth, then that's what is expressed or seen. If you overlay a green color, so red might represent the anger, green might represent, what does green represent?
Calm.
Calm? Okay, green might represent calm. If you put blue over it is another expression. And so I feel that this quality of understanding ourselves, we have to see how whatever we experience at that mental level is an overlay which influences the emotions and the physical body. And of course it goes the other way around also. But the mind is very important, because if we can direct the mind and we can have that positive expression, then we are going to feel that through our emotions and through the body, and of course vice versa. So there's this idea of gratitude as a really important way to work on the heart center. And it's so hard, it's so easy, like on a day like today, I feel so much gratitude for the sun, for the beauty around, for the amazing bird life we have. And yet when the gray comes, when the clouds encompass us, either physically or mentally, it's so easy to lose that perspective, and then the emotional body also begins to be contracted or expressed from a negative point of view, and that influences how we show up in life. And so one way we can actually change the hormonal expressions is through gratitude. That's been shown in scientific studies to create the feel-good hormones. And when we have the feel-good hormones, again, it has that ripple effect. Another way is through selfless service. There's been a lot of studies. So seva means selfless service, and that's what we're doing here. That's what we're aiming to do. We're not always selfless about it. Of course, the ego gets in the way, the mind gets in the way, the kind of, interactions that are coming from our cultured way of being, our samskaras, which are the patterns of being, the patterns of expression. They can get in the way of really truly being selfless, but we're practicing that. We're aiming to the best of our capacity to show up, give from the heart, and not have expectation of the result, not have expectation of getting anything back, not even thanks. And that's hard. Yeah, it's hard to do something and not even be thanked for it. And of course, there is a lot of thankfulness and a lot of gratitude here, but we don't always get thanked in the moment when the ego wishes it could. So to keep practicing this heart expression, to lift ourselves up, because I found for myself, like when I'm in that moment of negativity, when I'm in that moment where my pattern has taken over, if I can keep on doing something without the attachment or try to lift it up to give it from a different perspective, it means that actually that negative energy, that bhav that Swamiji was speaking about, which is underlying the mental experience or overlaying actually the mental experience, that bhav begins to shift. So if I'm showing up with an emotion of anger or jealousy or negativity that has clouded my way of seeing, has clouded my mind, when I do these actions selflessly, it can lift me into a more expanded heart. It can lift me into a space where I'm able to express from love, from compassion, from gifting, from gratitude. And it's been my experience so many times, like when the negativity shows up and we get stuck in it, it ripples out. The mind and the emotions and the actions ripple out in negativity. But in those moments when I can really consciously lift myself into the heart, into expansion, into gifting of my energy in some way, that also ripples out, and I feel it in my body, in my mind, and the people that I'm connected with. And as we go into this weekend, where we're all going to be in a place of selfless service, and we're the energy holders for this weekend, I just thought it was something to contemplate and something to remind ourselves of, that through gifting from our heart and not having any expectation back in any way, we can lift ourselves up and others. So, Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat.